everybody, and welcome one more time to this beautiful space dedicated to personal growth as well as touristic sites from all over the world. I'm Nadia Flores, and today we're going to be talking about detachment, and we're going to be visiting the beautiful park Chapultepec in Mexico City. Come join me. And welcome once again to Grow and Travel. Today we are in the beautiful Mexico City, and we are in a very special place, the park of Chapultepec. Very visited by everyone, both international and local tourists, as well as people who live in Mexico City. You're gonna check it out. However, before we do that, let's go to a coaching message. Welcome to our first segment of personal growth this afternoon. Today we're going to be talking about letting go. Being able to let go is very important for you to stop suffering, because since we are little, it's very easy for human beings to create attachments of all sorts, to a person, to a toy. Like for example, when you were little and you had a favorite toy and you don't want to let go of it, the day somebody takes it away from you, then you cry and you suffer, and sometimes you don't even forgive that person for the rest of your life, which can create even illness. But before we go that far, we can create that attachment, like I was saying, for a person, an object, a place, a work situation, and even when we don't like it, we choose to stay there because our ego is so comfortable that it wants to stay in the comfort zone. It wants us to stay there, and it will use all of these crazy emotions to make us stay there, like frustration, like anger, like feeling disappointed and whatnot. So ego wants us to stay in the comfort zone, but we all know that when we stay in that zone, there is no growth of any sort. Actually, there is the contrary of growth, but we're going to talk about that in a different segment. Right now, let's stick to this subject of detachment and letting go. Letting go is the healthiest thing that you can do, because then you have no expectations of nothing, of no one, and therefore this way you're not going to get disappointed. When you don't have expectations of any sort, then you live a happier and more free and more fulfilling life, because in the end you flow with the universe. You understand that you can make decisions, however you have no control whatsoever of what happens on the outside. So in the next segment of personal growth, I'm going to give you 3 tips of how to incorporate unattachment to your life so you can live a more free, fulfilling, and happier life. Oh my gosh, look at this horrible place. It's so stressful, my goodness. But well, somebody has to do it, so I will sacrifice myself for you guys. Yeah, I'm going to take you on a stroll around this place, the park of Chapultepec. Let's go. The Chapultepec Forest, better known as Chapultepec, is an urban park located in Mexico City. It is the largest of its kind in the Western Hemisphere, with an area of about 2,000 acres. It is divided into 4 sections and houses some of the most important tourist sites in Mexico, such as the National Museum of Anthropology and History and the Castillo de Chapultepec or Chapultepec Castle. It has museums, restaurants, green areas, amusement parks, and a zoo, as well as cultural and entertainment venues such as the National Auditorium or Auditorio Nacional, the Forest Cultural Center, and the Lake House or Casa del Lago. Given the age of the human occupation, the forest was declared an archaeological zone and contains numerous historical remains. Here, about 4,000 archaeological objects from the different pre-Hispanic cultures have been found, including ceramic pieces and burials from the Preclassic period, witnesses of the settlers on the shores of the Lake Texcoco. The Mexica people occupied it on different occasions. During their migration, they stopped for a short time in Chapultepec until they were expelled by the Chalcas and the Xochimilques, neighboring towns. In 1325, after the founding of Mexico Tenochtitlan, Chapultepec was considered a sacred place and strategic site due to the springs that supplied drinking water to the capital of the empire. During the Viceroyalty, Chapultepec continued to be a site of great importance. In 1530, Emperor Carlos V decreed, by royal decree, that the Chapultepec Forest become the property of Mexico City. For the first viceroys, this was a place of rest and recreation. They used it for walks and to hunt deer, hares, and rabbits. In 1845, the forest was used as a practice place for the cadets of the military college, who practiced shooting and carried out all kinds of military activities. 2 years later, after the war against the United States, the hill was cut down in its entirety to prevent the defeated troops from hiding. The transformation of Chapultepec until it became one of the most beautiful and famous parks in the world in the 20th century is one of the works of the government of General Porfirio Diaz. In 1895, a commission was formed to make this beautiful place a true recreational site open to the public. The rescue of the forest consisted of drawing roads with developments almost identical to those of the Bologna forest. An artificial lake was made and the soil from the excavation was used to form mounds of various heights, which broke the monotony of flat surfaces. However, the forest has been transforming since then, along with the political, economic, social, and cultural changes in the city that houses it, Mexico City. Today, this beautiful park is one of the most visited spots by the residents of the capital and by tourists who come to the city, so do not miss it when you visit Mexico City. And in the meantime, let's go to our second block of personal development, in which I will give you 3 tips to let go of what no longer serves you. Let's get to it. And welcome to our second block of personal growth. Right now I have 3 tips for you to incorporate letting go into your life. Tip number 1, as always in every single one of my videos, be aware. Be conscious of what's going on within you and surrounding you. What is happening? What are you getting yourself attached to? And why are you getting yourself attached to that particular person, situation, place, and whatnot? Once you are aware of what's happening, then you can take the next action for you to grow as a person, of course. Tip number 2, don't take things so seriously. Life really can be all about fun. And I know there are moments where we really need to be serious, like, somebody dies or something. I understand. But most of the situations really can be taken with a laugh. And here is when awareness, again, like I said, tip number 1 comes into place, because then you can decide how you're gonna interact with that emotion. Are you gonna let it bother you? Or are you gonna laugh it off? What are you gonna do? Or maybe something in between. It is up to you to suffer about something or to feel pleasure about something. So choose what feels best, in my opinion. Lastly, tip number 3, stop caring so much. Honestly, I'm not telling you to detach from, for example, if you have a goal, I'm not telling you not to go for it or to not care if you don't make it. What I'm telling you is to enjoy the process and really go all in for it, but detach from the expectation and the result. Detach from what will happen when you do this. Enjoy the process. Like I said in the first block, this will allow you to flow with the universe, because you can make your decisions based on what you want, but you really don't have any control over the results of the situation, because that's beyond you. That doesn't have anything to do with you. You can make the best choice for you, but you never know how the outside is going to work. So that's it, guys. Those are the 3 tips that I have for you that I wanted to share, because that is what has helped me and my clients live a more happy, free, and fulfilling life. So if you resonate with what I have just said, I invite you to comment below. And also, if you don't resonate, I would love to hear your comments. I would love to hear what you think, because that helps me grow as well. Other than that, remember that if you or anybody that you know is trying to get rid of limiting beliefs to live a more plentiful, happy, and fulfilling life, please contact me using the social media of the channel, or you can simply use my email as well that I will be giving you later on. And we have come to the end of another episode of Grow and Travel. I want to say thank you so much for watching, and we sincerely hope that you have enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed creating it for you. Also, if you haven't done so, I would like to invite you to subscribe to the channel and, of course, to activate the notification button. Of course, we're going to come back to this beautiful park because there is so much to see and do. The castle of Chapultepec, the lake, the zoo, and a lot of different activities. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. Other than that, that's it for my part. I'm Nadia Flores. We'll see you on the next one. And once again, thank you so much for watching another episode of Grow and Travel. I would like to remind you that life is to be lived in a plentiful and free and fulfilling way. So if you or anybody that you know about is trying to get rid of those limiting beliefs, maybe find their purpose in life, please contact me. You can do so using my email, nfloresh@gmail.com, or social media of the channel. You're gonna see it displayed in a moment. Other than that, I would love for us to talk, and if we're the right match to work with one another, I would love to help you get to wherever it is that you want to get in any area of your life.